Hi, and welcome to Mind Over Matter, your go to destination for all things vibrant and inspiring. I'm your host, Kayla, and the creator of Mind Over Matter. And in today's episode, we were joined by the one and only RaYDeO, where we discuss things from his musical roots to his musical influences and what makes RaYDeO authentically himself. And we hope that you guys enjoy this video. And to RaYDeO, thank you so much for allowing for me to interview you. And yeah, let's get into the video,
Yeah.
shall we?
Yeah, I had found out about your music like through TikTok. That's how I even like found out about you in general, like from TikTok. So that's how I was like, okay, wait, I like his music. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Andre 3000.
That's funny that
So,
you say that. That's funny that you say that. One of my first CDs that I ever bought as a kid was a Outkast CD. I still have it to this day. I'm not gonna try to get it because it's like my freaking cabinet is like up like above me, like very high, and I'm a short dude, so I'm not gonna like struggle on the camera. But one of my first CDs was the Outkast CD. I think it was one of it's like I think it's literally called Outcast, and is this him like on the ground and Big Boy's like above him, and I had
wait,
that.
is it the one where like they in like a cornfield or like the like it's something like
No, no,
I
not.
can't.
It's like on some like they're like in a I'll say like they're in like a disco type of format. Like it's like a disco, like they're just in a room that's like one singular color and it's just a simple Outcast, and it's just them looking up like that.
Okay, okay,
And I
okay,
think that's when they released um it was before Hey Ya. It's like a project before Hey Ya.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
If
okay.
I could look it up, like as you ask me anything else, like I'm gonna, because I got my phone here too. I know what I'm like. I hate the fact that I don't even know the name of the project. I got you right now. I
No, it is okay. It's okay because honestly, I feel so wrong, but I don't like know they album name like names like that, but I know they songs. So
that's that. A matter of fact, that's all you need to know. Because anytime Outcast comes into like a new like format, we don't care what they are. We just love the fact that they're here.
yeah, okay.
Love the
The
fact.
album that I was talking about was I think it's called
Oh,
AP Aliens.
no, 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 no. It's called Big Boy. Okay, so hold on, wait. It's called Big Boy and
Uh-huh.
Dre presents Outcast. That was their first Outcast album. It's a compilation album.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's basically the
Okay.
first formed Outcast. I got that CD as a kid. That was my first
Oh
CD.
wow. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I just searched it up right now. It is one of the first, like 2001. Yep, I had the CD, bro. I had the CD. To this day, I still got the CD. That was one of
Oh
my
wow.
first.
I think like one of the first ever like CD that I ever bought, and I kind of feel kind of old for this and kind of corny, but the first CD that I ever bought with like my own money was a Mindless Behavior CD because I was like a really big fan of them, and it was for a talent show
Yeah,
because me and my friends were like dancing to one of their songs for a talent show. So that was like one of the first CDs that I ever bought.
I,
However, I grew up listening to like Outkast, Scarface, Nas, Biggie,
oh man,
a
one of
little bit of Jay Z.
that was one of I actually one of my favorite artists at that time period was Jay-Z. I used to call him Jigga when I was a kid, and my parents they my father used to take us to these car shows every year because he enjoyed cars, and there was this one car show that we was doing. I mean, we was going to, and I had Rockaware head to toe, and my brother had Rockaware head to toe. We go there, we were looking at the cars, roaming around, and I remember it like this. I got lost, so I bumped into someone, and he was a tall person, and I had my Teletubby. My favorite Teletubby was Tinky Winky, the one, and I'm running, and it falls in front of this person, and he goes, "Hey, where's your parents, little man? And the person that was talking was Jay-Z himself. And
Oh wow.
he picked me up, and my parents are like, oh yeah, you know, he just be roaming around doing his own thing. He be in his own little world. And then he was like, y'all want a picture? He was like, they were like, yeah. And my parents was like, nah, let's have a picture with just you, with our two kids and you. And then he was like, okay. So he has me like this, and my brother's right below him like that. And I'm about to show you the photo right now. I've been having it like all these years. I'm waiting to meet him, to meet Jay-Z, so I could be like, hey man, you know, I think it
Oh
was
man, wow.
I think it was destiny for the fact that we were supposed to, you know, I was supposed to do music eventually. But this is the photo right here.
Oh wow.
So
Wait,
that's
and so is that you with the pacifier or?
yeah, that's me with the pacifier, and then that's my brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's like wow. At least it's this one rapper. She had went to like a Fenty event of Rihanna's, and her and Rihanna took like a picture years ago, and she had showed it to her. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's you." She was like, "Yeah, I was 7 years old when I did that picture." So wow.
Yeah, so it's I feel like it's like kind of like destiny in a way, like you know, it's like foreshadowing like what you could do or how would things turn out. So like I just every time I look at that photo, I just like, oh wow, like it was kind of set in stone for me to, you know, be in the lane of like making music and being an artist and stuff like that. Like I never really had like a place I called home until I started doing like music, you know, like I know everyone goes to the period of their lives where they're trying to find themselves and they're trying to see what things makes them feel special, what's their purpose. And you know, I found that luckily when I was 17 and I was attending Martin Luther King High School. And when I was there, you know, I was learning a lot of things of, you know, myself and how I just perceive like, you know, life. And, you know, I had like a very rough time in there in school because when I'm in a place where it's not really like my functionality, I start to like be a introvert and start to like, you know, no, I mean extrovert. Is it extrovert or introvert? Introvert.
Introvert is when you're shy.
Yeah,
Extroverted is when you're
I started
outspoken.
I started to be like an introvert and then like steer away from people because I just felt like they wouldn't or no one would get my type of like mindset. Not trying to oppose that people should be always what I think and stuff like that, but it just came to a clear realization that this ain't what I thought it would be because I wanted to go to high school to learn about making like, you know, doing photography and stuff like that. Like before I did music, I was doing photography and photo editing and learning more stuff like that. One of my teachers that I will always remember to that day in that time period, his name was Paula. He was a great teacher. He taught me about Photoshop, photo editing and stuff like that, which I apply now to my videos. And it really opened my mind of like, wow, you know, maybe I could, you know, edit things for people or do stuff like that, you know, and it started to become like more of like a tedious thing of like, man, I don't really want to do all this for like someone else. I want to do this for myself. Like why in my heart I feel like I could be the main character of my story and I'm like downplaying myself to be the side character when I'm not like that. Like I'm not like that. Like if you even meet me in person or anybody who meets me, I am just like this without even trying. Like I'm very loud. I'm very like in your face, but mentally not to a point where it's like so it's too much.
Obvious in a sense.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I started to realize that when I was younger. So I'm like, you know what, man, like maybe I should just start applying this to myself. So I was like taking photos and stuff like that, still trying to find myself, but I was also in my bohemian stage, like wearing like beads and stuff and like wearing wacky clothes and mixing this color with this color. Like I saw everything saturated since I was a kid. But that right there was when I was like really trying like to just throw things on the fucking wall. And I I was like reaching the point where I was like, damn man, I really don't know what I want to do in life. And you know, I had this group of friends that me and them like we grew up together in my neighborhood and we always came to like hang out with each other, walk around Soho, you know, just try to like, you know, pass the day, but also be with each other to make it feel like we're not just doing nothing with ourselves. We're all trying to find ourselves together so it doesn't feel lonely, you know, because I had like a long time of like not having like friends or people that really try to like sit down and get to know me until I went to my teenage years, you know. So after that, you know, it was one day, and I know I'm babbling, but I gotta tell
It's
you,
okay.
my this was like my awakening moment. I was sitting right here. I had no posters or no painting in my room, and everybody was trying to like contact me and stuff like that, and I was just chilling out of the day. And my friends bum rushed my room because, you know, like my place was like the hangout spot. Everyone would come and chill. Like it felt like everyone's home. So they came, bum rushed my room. They're like, yo, RaYDeO. Yo, man, Kendrick and Rihanna are performing at the Global Citizen Festival for free. And I'm like, man, get your ass out of here. There ain't no way. He ain't doing that. Mind you, I'm like at that time period also, just to put a note there, I was already studying music, and like I was like a music nerd. So I would watch any artist that I liked. I will watch their interviews. I will listen to all their catalog. I will watch their performances, see their nuances, all that stuff. So I was just like already like, there's no way, right? So they show me the proof. I'm like,
We gotta go. Right?
yeah. I'm like, all right. If he's gonna be there and he's gonna like do all this, we can't just go there just to see them perform. I want to make sure that he sees my presence. Like I'm making sure that he sees me because he always points someone out and tells him to come on stage. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm making sure that we do this. So I told him the whole game plan. I showed him the performances that he did that. And they're like, how are you sure that he's gonna do that? I'm like, bruh, I watched like 10 videos and he keeps doing the same thing. Mind you, this is the time period when I didn't know that artists, when they perform, they already have like a way they perform, they rehearsal, all this stuff. I didn't know nothing about that. All I kept seeing is that he kept doing the same stuff. So I was like, yo, when we go there, you know, yeah, I'm the shortest dude out of all of y'all, bro. Y'all have to make sure he sees me. So we go there, we get there early, we get through the line, we go to the festival. I'm running to the damn front. Like I'm trying my best to run to the front. Everybody else too is running too. And we made it to the front, but we was like, this is the stage, and we're like over here in the front. So no one can really see me. So I'm like, dang, man, like this is not good. I gotta find my way to still get to the front. So two of them were like, bro, that's too much. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, listen, y'all can stay your ass right there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna find a way. And I was like, yo, one of y'all gotta come with me. If I could like tell, like when I tell this story, I'm not lying. Like someone has to come with me. So I got one of my boys that we grew up in this school that I used to go to, PS 132, and you know, I took him, and we throughout the whole day. Major Lazer was performing. Usher came out. I was just over here maneuvering to the front every time, just jumping and maneuvering to the front. And it came to a point where Metallica, they were playing right there, and you know Metallica is like rock, and that shit loud, so that shit hit him. And I'm like, damn, bro, this shit hurt. But I'm looking at my boy like, I ain't moving, I don't care. And I just started.
We gotta keep going.
Yeah, I just started bumping my head. I was like, damn, what the hell? So then after that, he finally comes out. The side that I was in, it was the side that people came in for free. So I guess we have more energy because obviously we came for free. And then the other side was for people that pay for VIP to get to the front, yada, yada, yada. Man, we came for free. I didn't eat nothing that day. I didn't drink no water. All I had was a De La Soul hat and my big ass camera. So he's there. He's doing his thing. I'm telling everybody before he comes out, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry if I step on you or if I jump on top of you. I'm here to see Kendrick Lamar. I've been saying this all day. They all literally looked at me and just went,
all right.
So he came out. I kid you not. It felt like nobody else existed. Like I like it felt like no one existed. Like I'm just looking. It's just me and him. Mind you, I don't know that the cameraman is broadcasting this on TV live. I'm just watching this shit, right? And I'm saying all the lyrics, all the words. And then he does the song that I know when he does the song and he finishes it, he's going to go to he's going to say, yo, who wants to come up here? So I'm looking at my boy like, yo, it's time. Like, that's the only moment where I got off of him and I was like, and I reverted. I'm like, yo, it's time. And I gave him my camera and he's like, yo, do your thing. Right. And before he even says anything, I'm just already saying, I'm like, yo, me. No one understands because no one knows what he's doing. I'm the only one that knows like he's about to say that. So I'm already saying, yo, me, fuck that other person, me, right? And he's pointing at someone else. He's doing all that to someone else. And then I'm just there standing still like this. And I'm in my head like, is he gonna walk away and not see me? Or is he gonna he points to someone else. And by the way, this is all on YouTube. Like I can send you the link. It's to this day, it's still on YouTube. Like this whole thing is on YouTube. And I watch it every time to remind myself that I'm so he points to someone else. He's about to leave to the other side, and he goes, that's real life. He walks this way, and then for some reason, I don't know what the fuck stopped him, but he just went, what you said? He looks right at me like this. And then come to find out, when I look back at the footage, I'm just there like this. I'm like, as I'm doing this, the cameraman bum rushed everybody. He's right on me like this. I'm not even looking at him either. He's invisible to me. I'm looking at this man. This is my idol. I'm looking at him like this. I'm just going, and I'm literally going. And the reason why I only did this, because everybody, when I showed them the video, or like they're like, why you didn't go on stage? Or da-da-da. After me learning about the fact that there's a set time, and they get things have to wrap up and all that stuff. Like that's already taking so much time of him doing all that, and then so I'm over here like all I did was this, and I wish the cameraman showed his thing too, because as I'm going like this, he's going like this to me. He's like, so I went like that, and I felt so happy, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I told them. And everybody around me, I did not even know they were doing this. All the people around me that I thought was not paying attention to me and all that, they were the ones that were going like this and pointing right at me and yelling, him, he's the one, him.
That's something for real.
He goes back and he says that he's like, yo, give a shout out to my day one. This is my day one fan. Real talk, I might not see him in the crowd, but he got something special. We're going to dedicate this show right here to my partner right here. I see you. And that was the first person ever to ever see me say that I got something special and then just tell me right there, like, we're going to dedicate this to you. Like, it felt like he knew, like, yo, you look like you did a lot to get right there, bro. And you have a weird-ass hat and all this stuff, but I know you got something special. Y'all might not see him, but it's for you. And since that day, I've been a music artist, and I've been working towards meeting him again and just telling him like, yo, no cameras, no lights, no nothing, and just shake his hand and say, I've been working since that day to shake your hand and tell you thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for acknowledging me and saying that I got something special, because that time period, I didn't believe I had anything special. I just thought I was going to be another nigga, bro. Another nigga just working. Not saying 9 to 5 is bad, but just work until I die, and that's not a life for me.
No, I get what you're saying. I feel like, I don't know, maybe for people who kind of are like more so on the creative side, you have those days where you just really feel like, okay, is this going to work? Like, where is this going to go? Because I don't really see myself doing this one career. Like, yeah, I'm going to school for it, stuff like that. However, I know that I want more than this, and this isn't something that I really want to do, but like what's right here, I'm really passionate about. But I don't know. That's like, I'll say, when it comes to me making my blog and then doing the YouTube, I have a lot of days now where I just be like, is this really gonna work? Like, will people even take this serious? And I'm just like, I'm all about being authentic. So I feel like that's what's gonna make it more relatable, because I am being my authentic self, and I love to write. However, I just always been told like, well, with writing, you don't really make much money, stuff like that. And I'm just like, I get that, but at this point, I feel like I just want to have a career in something that I'm passionate about. And, if it gets to where, hey, I make money, well, that's a blessing from God. But, I'm passionate about it.
Let me ask you a question. Are like, when you write and you do your research and, make all this happen, at the end of the day, are you happy about it?
Yes.
That's all that matters. If that right there is something that money can't buy, period. Like if it makes you happy and it makes you feel like special by yourself, no one telling you, then that's what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? If this is what makes you happy, then by all means, don't ever let that go. Because the moment you let that go, you're gonna be miserable. I've met so many people that wish they never dropped what they love, or they're trying to get that back. You know, and it's a big ass battle because now you're so used to doing the other thing that you are now accustomed to then going back into believing your dream. You know, and I'm just happy for the fact that you stated that and you're doing what you do. That's why I'm here. I read what you did. I read how it came out, and it was beautiful. It was really good. Like it felt like you put care into it, and I can tell when someone doesn't put care into anything, or if they're really there. Like I read the whole thing, and I was just like, wow, I have no idea who this person is. This person is basically new to this. I could tell, and this is lovely. Hell yeah, I want to be a part of this because I believe as you keep doing this, it's going to get bigger and bigger. And, I'm happy to be a part of your platform and for you to share your platform to have me here, even though it's just like this for now. And when I say for now, it's going to get bigger, so.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And to you, I love your music. Like it was something that like you had sent me and I loved it. And I was like, wow. And like I didn't realize that you do that like every week or so, something like that.
Yeah.
So when I had thought, I was like, oh wow. And then I was like, okay, this shit fire for real. This is good. Like this is really good.
So the way I started with my page, I used to do freestyles because I didn't really have any way to show people what I could do. Everybody nowadays say that they're artists and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give like a way to like show that, oh no, I really I love doing this. I really love doing this, and like I'm very passionate about it. And even though like you might not understand sometimes how I'm rapping and stuff like that, it's coming from the heart. Because I know a lot of people are so accustomed to like the modern day music, how everything is so like simple and stuff like that. I like to be complex, lyrical, and in your face. Like those are the things that I love, and I don't want to take that away. So I started off doing freestyles to like famous beats with like Tribe Called Quest, what else? Wu-Tang, and even a thing called the Onyx, a thing that I grew up to when I was playing video games, because my biggest inspirations are video games and movies since I was a kid. To this day, I that's where I get my biggest inspirations. And
what's your favorite video game then?
Oh, my favorite video game will always be Jet Set Radio Future. That's how I got my name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you look up Jet Set Radio Future, me and my father and my brother, we used to play that like horrendously together. That was the game that brought us together. Like it was for the original Xbox. And I woke up one day, I was sleeping in my parents' room, and then I just keep hearing this loud ass music. And it's like loud, like it's like loud and like so obnoxious that you turn around like, what the fuck is that playing? And it was this guy that was like the main character, and he was like one of the characters that would like direct you throughout the game. And he's going by DJ Professor K. And he was talking, he was like, yo, you're now listening to Jet Set Radio, your favorite pirate station, and you kicking it live with Professor K, and I used to be like, what the hell is that? And it was like them rollerblading and doing graffiti, and it was like in your face, and everything was like a comic book shit, shell shaded. And I was like, whoa, I want to fucking play this. And like the music had me like always engaged to everything I was doing, because everything in that game runs by the music. And then like years later, when I got asked from one of my homies, they're like, yo, if you're going to be an artist, what's going to be your name? At first, I was going to call myself Crash because my father used to go by that name. And then I was like, Crash, I feel like that would be like a hood version of me. And I'm a goofy neighbor. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to call myself RaYDeO. And they're like, RaYDeO? Why? It just feels perfect with who I am, RaYDeO. Over the years, I've grown more confident of that name. Now, every time like I meet people too, like they're like, oh, what's up? Hey, man, what's your name? RaYDeO. Even if it's like a professional setting, RaYDeO. Because I am RaYDeO. I embody that name.
Okay. My personal favorite video game, it's between Mortal Kombat and The Sims, because I could play The Sims like for hours straight without getting off. But
oh yeah,
like
my mom loves The Sims, bro. And Mortal Kombat,
Like, I really do.
Mortal Kombat is one of my fucking favorites. I love Mortal Kombat.
Yes, like I really love it. I know, like, just recently they just had a new game come out, and I've been seeing like Twitch people play it, like gamers on Twitch play it and stuff like that. Part of me feels like I should get it, but it's been so long since like I personally played Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
so I
You should
don't
do it.
know. Like,
Do
it's
it.
been a little minute. I'm rusty with it.
Do it. Fuck it. Do it. You never learn or you never like know what's something until you try it. Do it. Who cares if you lose? Do it. Do it.
I know. My goal is first, like, I gotta finish playing a couple of other games that I already got. Like, I don't know. I'm the type where I'll buy a video game and it'll have my interest like that moment. However, then I'll stop. I don't like
Yeah,
that. I want to finish the game. So that's why I gotta finish Red Dead Redemption 2, then I'll get to that.
that's a long ass game. I hope you have fun with that. That's a
I
long
finished the
ass.
first one. Like, that was the first one was so easy for me to finish. It's just that one I have to finish, and I feel like I'm almost done with it, but
Yeah,
I haven't picked it up in a minute.
the second one is more complex because it's more realistic and they don't got fast travel, so you got to ride your horse everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but I hope you enjoy it and you will beat it. You will beat it. You will.
Okay. I got a question though for you. So,
What's up?
can you share with our audience how the city's energy and your Dominican roots influence your early connection with music?
Yes. I'll start off with my Dominican roots. So, I come from a Spanish family. And by coming from a Spanish family, we have like a lot of flavor. We're always loud and we're always like trying to like move. Like we're always trying to move. So, my parents, they're basically Dominican. And when I was younger, I would go to a lot of family parties and this shit will be loud in your ear, but everyone will be dancing. So it felt in your face. Simply, in simple terms, it always felt in your face. Every time I was around that type of environment, everybody was in my face like this. Even, of course, family, they're like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a long time. But it was really in your face. So like with my music, I always want to make it feel like it has some type of like flavor with it. Like it's playful, it's witty. It's like, it makes you go like, okay, because like when I first started doing music, I felt like I was being too damn like serious all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, like there are moments that I would love. I'm always going to show people my serious side, but like you just know when it's in you that in this, like I'm very playful. I'm very playful. I'm very funny. I'm very goofy. You could tell me I'm a dark humor person too, and I just like to let the music guide me to how I feel. If I feel very goofy and all that, I might fuck around and say, I wrote this song, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My middle finger in your girl's butt, plugged in like player one. Ooh, busting out for fun. A nigga like me make her come, busting out the insides, make her. I call me senpai. She bouncing that, but don't. Black eyed peas out the trunk and the funk make it jump like something like that. I like shit like that. So like I be trying my best like to hide that because I be feeling like sometimes like, oh, people won't like that, but man, fuck with
Because it's different, people are going to like that. People do not want to hear the same thing. As of what I've noticed a lot with music, we want to hear things that are different, because
yeah,
if we keep hearing things that are the same, it's like you get tired of hearing that. You want to hear something that's different. That's why I can't say this with hip hop. Like, I've just really been noticing how with hip hop in general, there are a lot of like subdivisions in a sense when it comes to hip hop, and
yeah,
how, oh my gosh, it's a lot of them, and they're all good in their own way. So it's like, for you if you want something maybe a little hardcore, something like that, you got hardcore rap, or you got drill music. If you want something more on like, it's different but it's still rap, maybe go like with alternative rap, stuff
right.
like that. Like,
Like
female rapper.
I actually did a drill song just to test it out.
You
I did. Yeah, it's called "Told You So." I have a video out with it too. I did it, and I literally did it because I was like on like I was on like I was just thinking about Ice Spice, and I was like, man, what would it do? What? How would it sound if I did a song with Ice Spice? And then I did that song. And it was called "Told You So," and I was like, it was like a braggadocious song where I was just telling people like, "I told you so," basically. And the first line that I heard was the munch thing, and I was like, would it be funny if I mentioned that and I'm just talking back like, okay, yeah, I'm munch, but who gives a fuck? Kiss and tell, da da da. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna make a song like that. It's gonna be my first drill song. Fuck it. And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I loved it, and it showed that I'm versatile and good. But then once again, man, it just goes back to when I sit by myself and I just look back at it. And I'm like, that's not me. Like, it's not me. No matter how many times that I try to play with different ones, the shit that's really me is like I'm very, very like lyrical, in your face, and I'm always saying some witty shit. Like I'm Peter Parker. I swear to God. Like I must be Spider-Man when I rap, because I swear to when I like to like go places where people will be like, "What the fuck? You just said that?" And I get that influence from Tyler the Creator. You know, I like he allows me and other people as well to just be themselves, and I like to be myself. I don't like to fake the funk or be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say this because this is too like weird or too vulgar or too like no, fuck that." Fuck that. That's this is who I am. This is what my music is. You know, music is supposed to be a reflection of who you are, and it's supposed to be a story of where you come from and how you be. You know, and I'm no longer saying that I'm a rapper. I am an MC. Rappers are people that are just doing it to make money and try to be entertained. I am an MC. I like to write. I love to write. I love to come up with words and put them together and do like make it feel like poetry. The most ghettoest poetry you ever listen to, or the most like weirdest poetry you ever listen to. At the end of the day, art is art, and I bend it to my rules, you know. So yeah, I got a little passionate with that, because I was thinking about that today. I'm like, man, I gotta stop letting people perceptions feed on to like what I personally want. You know what I'm saying? I need to like really just show people this is who I am. You don't like it, the door right there, but there's gonna be someone out there that's gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be someone out there that's gonna contact me or resonate with my music and be like, "Yo, man, RaYDeO, this is amazing. I love it, man. This right here, I connect with this." Or yo, that song was crazy because it had like a crazy ass da da da. You know, that's how I see myself. I see myself as like my own. I'm in my own world, my own lane, and I'm creating that, and that's why I feel like also why it's taken, you know, a little longer for the world to notice me. You know, I'm not mad about it no more. It's becoming more of like a blessing. You know, I like the fact that I chose this path of like being my own lane. You know, there's a lot of people that they start to make their own lane, but then they start to steer away because they're like, "Oh, this is not working. I'm trying to get put on. I'm trying to be in that door." Man, the door gonna come to you once they know that your shit is working for you because you are doing your own thing. You know, I'm not trying to play in nobody's sandbox. I'm trying to be in my own. You know, and I'm trying.
No, yeah, I definitely understand that. That's like how, because I don't know, I kind of feel old for this, but like I remember how at a time like with Tyler the Creator, which I love his music by the way too.
Yes.
Like earlier in Tyler the Creator's like career, a lot of people were trying to just make fun of him and stuff like that because he was different. He was like weird, but I feel like first of all, Tyler the Creator, he was kind of relatable towards me because growing up, I was like a shy girl and I really didn't talk to people like that. But I kind of related with how he was with a lot of people want to deem you weird for you not maybe being as outspoken or you doing certain things that is cliche.
Yeah.
But now because like it took for him to make what was it, Igor, I think?
No. Flower Boy. Flower Boy. Flower.
Yes, Flower Boy. It took for him to make Flower Boy for then a lot of people to want to start paying attention to him. But it's like he's been like that.
It's been like
He been correct. He been had bars. Like he been really good. It's just y'all didn't pay attention to him before.
yeah,
But now that Flower Boy is out, and it's amazing now to you guys, and I guess you love the aesthetic. You
Yeah,
guys are paying attention. He's
yeah,
always been here. That's like that kind of be irritating me a little bit. How like some people be put onto something, and it's like it's been here. That's
yeah.
why like
It just goes to show that people only go to something like, for example, right? Me, right? Nobody, nobody really like knows me like that, right? No one really pays attention to me like that. Like I also have been told like the worst compliment I always hate is like, yo, man, I heard your song and like, yeah, man, that's you different, bro. Keep doing your thing. You different. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? I'm
like is
different.
that different in a good way or like a bad way? Like what do
It's
you mean?
like it's like a double-edged sword of them saying like, hey man, I heard your stuff. I don't know what that is, but it's different and it's cool. Keep doing your thing, right? Over the years of me learning what that term meant. And I'm like, bruh, at the end of the day, people are gonna come to you once they start seeing your shit working for you, right? I was watching this interview by Busta Rhymes, another influential person that hits me a lot because he taught me how to rap fast. I know how to fucking rap
Yes,
fast.
Busta Rhymes, he's up there. He's really
Yeah.
good.
So he's one of the people that when I was a kid, bruh, the give me some more, put hands what hands where your eyes can see, all that shit. Like that was another person that's taught me a lot of like just being like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like he paved the way for that. So like when I there's an interview that I saw, and he was basically saying like, you know, if you're an artist, you gotta believe in your delusion. You gotta believe in it because no one is gonna believe in it until it works. Everyone's gonna look at you like you're crazy, that you're stupid, that you're like, you know, like they push you to the side. But then once they start seeing that your shit is working, they all gonna flood in and be like, yo, man, I always knew you got it in you. And you gotta swallow that because at the same time, like you don't want to be that person of being like, nah, man, fuck you. Like you wasn't believing me then. Nah, because with that type of energy, no one is gonna change. Like we have, I like someone has to be the difference, and I've learned it in my life too, of like many struggles and things that I went through. Like in order for me to see change, I gotta be it, bro. I gotta be it. And the biggest battle I be having with my music and people resonating with my songs, like even my so-called peers, because you know I'm in New York City. New York City is like a very crabs in the barrel type of town that everybody is trying to make it and everyone's trying to do the best they can and hustle, and no one is trying to see you do better than them. And they will literally, people will smile at your face and congratulate you, but then behind your back they will always make sure that anyone else that's speaking about you or know about you, that they say their opinion, and then it shifts people's direction of how they view you. You know what I'm saying? Like I know for a fact that my music and the way I am, like, yeah, bro, like it's weird. It's weird, it's different. I hate, even though I gotta say that word, like it's different, and it's just me trying to authentically show what I be thinking about, what I go through, how I feel. Am I sad? Of course. Do I get mad at times? Yeah. Am I serious at times when I know I can fucking spit and say some shit? Of course. But that's all of me. You get all of that in me and my music, and that's what music is supposed to be. That's what hip hop in general is supposed to be about. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop in general is supposed to be like, hey man, where you come from, how you come from, and what is your message? What is your message? You know, and we live in a day and age where like people are forgetting that, or like they don't give a fuck about that. We're just trying to make that dollar. We're trying to make that moment. I'm not trying to be a moment. I'm trying to be a fucking legacy. I'm trying to be a forever thing, like how Andre 3000 is, how Tyler the Creator is, Kendrick, Mac Miller. Mac Miller was another person that I loved. You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul. Like he taught me how to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? How to be vulnerable and speak your feelings. Even when people look at you like, oh man, like you doing too, you're letting me in too much. That's making me reflect on who I am. You know what I'm saying? And people are
But
afraid.
music should make you reflect. Music is about
That's the biggest thing that people are afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Kendrick, when he released Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that was a big ass mirror. No one understands that was a big ass mirror for people to look
I
at.
love that album.
Yeah, for
I
people to
love
look
that
at
album.
how they are. Like that album is so amazing. I listened to that album front to back back to front for about 4 weeks, and I cut ties with people that I knew for a fact that I can't do it anymore.
Oh wow.
Like that album showed me like, yo, bro, like I be feeling this way. I don't really fuck with people. I don't like niggas like that. I am not your savior. Why I gotta be the person that always be like, hey man, I can help you when I don't want to help you. I don't give a fuck about you. You don't give a fuck about me. I like everything is a lie. This social media shit is a lie. You're living a lie. This is how people really feel. This addiction, this da, da, da. And I felt like that album just spoke so loudly to people that they were just like, oh man, damn, it's making me think about my problems. I want a distraction. I want to be distracted, you know, because that's what music has become now with certain these artists that are coming up like Sexy Red and all the other joints, even Ice Spice, you know, it's a distraction. It's entertainment. We don't want to hear about our problems. We don't want to be reminded of our shit or what we got to work on. I want to get lit. I want to be distracted. I want to lose. I don't want to look back at that. I don't want to deal with that. I want to keep on looking at this entertainment and be manipulated. You know what I'm saying? Like people are accepting manipulation and it's crazy and it's being sold to kids, which is sad too. It's sad because those are the easily consumable people in the planet is kids.
Easily influenced.
Easily,
really.
It's right or wrong. They just know that this is what they keep seeing. This is what everyone's doing, and they're gonna do it because if they don't do it, who the hell wants to be the oddball? We all went through that when we was little. No one wants to be the oddball because everybody's gonna put you to the side and be like, nah, we're not picking that kid to play this game. He's the weird one. He's the one that doesn't agree with all of us. You know, until niggas get to their teenage years and they're like, all right, fuck you. I don't need to be on that shit. I'm gonna be on my own shit. And I feel like those were that's how leaders are born. The niggas that are like that. That happened to me. And look at me, bro. You feel me? There be times I feel lonely, and there be times I'm just like, damn. But at the end of the day, this is what a leader gotta be. This is what a leader gotta transform into. I gotta go through these things. I gotta be alone because I see everything. It makes my awareness more clear. I'm not polluted. I'm not in the air. I'm always grounded. And I work with people that keep me to that state, and they believe in me, and they always remind me of like what's right. You know, especially how I perceive things sometimes. And sometimes I'd be crying and thinking to myself, like, this is all bullshit. No one is never going to appreciate me. But then I get things like this, and I'm just over here like, okay, God is showing me a message like, hey, the fruits of your labor are coming, but you have to enjoy the small things. Like, I'm not going to, it's like God is like saying, I'm not going to put you into this high thing that you want until you start appreciating the things that are in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And once I started doing that, I started realizing the blessings in front of me, the people that really care about me. And, you know, it reflected on my music as well, you know? So, yeah, I know this is all going back to the question you asked for my Dominican roots. And basically that's also the answer for like how the city affects me. Literally that's how the city affects me. Everything that I just said, that's how it affects me. I literally look at everything inside in, outside, inside out, outside in. Like I see everything because I'm literally by myself when it comes to these things. I am the underdog when it comes to this shit because I'm just doing things my way. I'm not following no one else's way. Even the people that I know that they are influenced by like the rappers that always are talked about. Like right now, everyone's going through this like West Side Gun era type of thing, Earl Sweatshirt type of rap, and like in my city. And I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I know that's like the thing now to showcase, like, oh, yeah, there's still rappers here. Let's just go to that route and do that. I'm not doing that. Because I just know for a fact that, like, that's still not me. Like, yeah, show your bars, do all that thing, but show you. Not, yo, bro, I heard that song and it sounds like West Side Gun or Earl Sweatshirt or Mavi or all them other niggas or the Alchemist. Like, no, bro. No, I want these artists and these legends to know me for like, yo, man, RaYDeO, I heard your stuff, and that's just you. Like, that's different. Damn, I used the word again, but yeah, that's the only thing I can think of to say of a terminology of like being in a different in another fucking category, I guess. But yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like on one of the songs on the Mr. Morales album, I think it's called We Cry Together. At the end, I think it's his wife who says this thing, but she was just like, stop tap dancing over the problem.
Yep.
And you really do. And I'll say this because I'm a college student as well, so I'm still in school, and we actually had a similar conversation about that, like how I feel like a lot of us kind of don't know the difference between reality and social media. Because we're portraying something on social media, we're losing touch with the reality. And social media and life can be distracting. However, at the end of the day, it still goes back to who am I? What is my identity? A lot of people sadly don't know their own identity. And that's sad, but you should want to know your identity. You should want to know who you are who you are, and what makes you stand out from everyone else. Do you want to be a follower or do you want to be a leader? Like, I can say this because I am from where Sexy Red is from. So, like, I can't say I like Sexy Red as a character, like as an individual. And her music, I just find it kind of very funny. I really don't take it serious. But I will say, I don't think I would want kids to be listening to it right now. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, really. Like, it really is. And we talked about this just recently in a class. So I just feel like it's more so everyone wants to kind of distract themselves with what's really the problem in front of us. Like, I don't think we realize how right now there's a lot of problems going on in the world. Like, really, especially in America and outside of America right now.
Yeah.
So I think we're trying to distract ourselves with all of these different things, especially with social media, that we're missing out on what is going on in reality.
Yeah, because essentially, I use my social media as a business outlet. I use it as also a way for people to know, to connect with me more as like an artist, and I use it as like a diary, but not in a way of like I'm faking what I'm doing and I'm always happy and I'm always like, bro, there be times that I show that I'm sad, and there be times that I show that I'm very excited or I'm very down, and like the responses I get sometimes when showing those sides of me, and people are like so surprised, or they're like, why are you doing that? Why not? Why do I gotta be this avatar? I'm not an avatar. I'm a human fucking being. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you meet me in person, I'm just the same way. And that's a lot of things that people with the social media stuff, they are not themselves when you meet them. Like, there's so many people that you meet them in person, and you're like, wow, I guess all the things I saw on your socials were just a facade, because you look very depressed. You look very depressed. You can just tell when someone's depressed. You can just tell when someone's lost. But that's not your place to say to that to them. You just gotta look at them and just let them find themselves. You gotta let people be. You gotta let people.
Or just like make a side note in your head, like, side note, okay, I see how you are.
Like, I do that every time, and like, either people take it offensive or not, I don't care. It's to protect my energy, because I don't want to be around people like that, because I already know how that feels, and it took me a while for myself to find that way to just get out of it. I feel like, also as an artist, it's your duty, especially as a music artist, it's your duty to help people feel what they should feel. Music is the most influenced thing in this world, easily influenced, and it holds so much power, either whether you're the smallest artist or not. And it's your job to push the message, to get it through the brain, and to let people feel what they need to feel, not what they want to feel. I know as kids, all of us were taught like wants and needs are different. Wants are just desires, fantasies, and you just being in limbo. Needs are the things that push you forward, grow you, humble you. You know what I'm saying? And all these things are just like, all these things that are being poisoned in front of us are just like the devil's work, bro. The devil's work of like trying to just tell us to just be blaming, just living it, like fuck it. And that's not the case, bro. That's not the case, And I work hard when it comes to my shit and my music and how I perceive myself and how I want people to perceive me in the most authentic way. I don't give a damn if it's too much or if it's not what people like are used to. Like I'm sorry, I'm not a fast food, bro. I'm a 5-star fucking restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You're not consuming bullshit. You're consuming some shit that's gonna make you think and be like, damn, what is that? Exactly. Why the fuck do we like? It's like I be thinking to myself, why do people don't like to think anymore? You know, like I remember the early 2000s, which I feel like that was the most creative. I'm not gonna say golden era because golden era will always be 90s, but the most creative era where everyone was trying to do something different, whether it was movies, video games, and music. And you could literally, this is a factual thing. You could look at back all the all the songs that came out in the early 2000s and all that stuff in the movies and all that. It was all different and it had a corporate agenda. Everyone was just trying to find that new thing and just have fun in a good, authentic way. You know? And I miss that. But I feel like we're in 2024 now. You know, I read an article in Vanity. I forgot the thing called Variety or Vanity. What's it called? And they were basically saying how hip hop dropped like 2%, which is not bad, but it just shows that like music is becoming stale to the point where we got only 2 artists breaking out because they're a trend, and labels don't know how to make superstars anymore because they just want to push out so much to make money as fast as they can. They find someone with a fucking gimmick. They milk the fuck out of them, give them all what they want, and just make the money. Just make the money. Exactly. And then when they're by themselves, these artists don't know what to do for themselves or how to handle all this stuff because they're not really superstars. Like, do you understand? Like anyone who watches this too, do you understand? And that's like I'm gonna tell you right now, I love Ice Spice. She's an amazing person. I love her personality. I love that she's funny and all that. But the fact that it took her only a year goes to show that these people had, like, they did anything they can to make money off of her name. You know what I'm saying? And by all means, she's making her money. God bless. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show how these fucking corporations work. In a year, someone is getting a Grammy. Never in history of music that you can search up right now that someone got a Grammy in a year of being out. Yeah. Isn't that weird? That's weird. Oh no, it's not weird. It's corporate.
It's suspicious. It's very suspicious.
It's not suspicious to the point where we're all like, why is this happening? We all know that there's a middleman. There's a man that's pulling the strings, and this person that's doing all this because money. It's all about money, bro. It's business. Like, if this person, and everyone's talking about this person, and this is the most trendiest person in the world, wow, let's grab this person and make as much money off of her name and pump so much ads and so much revenue on her that we're going to make that times back quadruple. That's a business move. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to downplay her. She just getting her coin. She's just signing away and saying, okay, because I'm gonna be good forever, by all means. But it just shows like the little guys like me. For now, I'm gonna say for now, I'm not gonna call myself little, but the little guys that I'm looked at. Hey man, if I'm not saying no gimmick or I'm not popular or what I'm spitting is not something that people are like easily consumed, the fuck they gonna do with me? And that's when it comes to like, you know, being the independent artist and being the fucking underdog. And I respect that. I am the underdog. It took long for Joey Badass. It took long for people to see Mac Miller. It took long for people to see fucking Tyler, the Creator, Jetpack Mafia. A lot of people, bro. They never gave up. They never gave up, and they never gave into the system that told them do it this way because this is what's making money. Nah, y'all losing money now. Now y'all losing money because y'all are just pumping out bullshit so much that it's becoming more and more noticeable. Especially that everyone has this. Everyone has this. Like, we all see it. We all see it, bro. You see it. I see it. The kids see it. Because kids have fucking iPhones, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is. I can't say this, like, when it comes to, like, one of my favorite rappers, J. Cole, which his birthday is today. Oh my gosh. But
happy birthday,
like,
J. Cole.
one of my favorite rappers.
I have a song for him. I'm gonna show him one day, and I want him on it. I guarantee you I'll get him on it. I'll be to tell you first.
I hope you do. I really do. I want you to. I want you to. So I can be like, oh yeah, I know somebody who know J. Cole and got a collab with him. I'm gonna brag about it. I'm gonna brag about it. That's a little flex I can do. But yeah, like his story is really amazing to me because he before he even got signed to Rock Nation, he had met Jay-Z and he went to see Jay-Z in the pouring rain to let him listen to his mixtape. And Jay-Z literally like was like, this ain't the time or the place, basically. And so rather than to give up and stuff like that, because J. Cole has even said like how he's a big fan of Jay-Z, and he was like, that kind of hurt me, but rather than to give up, that made him want to keep going and just keep going. And so then he released another mixtape and it brought some buzz to him, and then he he got signed. So I
Yep.
just feel like it's all about, you know, time doesn't wait for anyone. There's a time and a place for everything. And in some cases, like, you know, time really works best in a lot of people's favor. And sometimes it just takes time to like bring more growth, bring more progress, and build more connections. Where
Right.
then you can get into these places that a lot of us aren't welcome into or can't even go into.
100%. 100%. Yeah, man. I believe it's gonna come, man. I've been doing this for like years, and like I feel like I'm close. And like
I got faith in you. Didn't you go to Camp Flognog? I think that's what it's called.
yes,
Right?
I finally met another idol, Tyler the Creator. That's another man.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, no, I feel like the weekend song. I feel it coming, but you got it. You got it. You really do.
The thing. Also, when I went to LA, it really opened my eyes that there's a bigger world out there that will be that's gonna appreciate me, you know. And when I went to Camp Flognaw, which was my first ever experience in Camp Flognaw, I never been to like the other ones in over the years and stuff like that. Because once again, like I told you, like I was an introvert and like I was just like, and the many times that I tried to see Tyler the Creator, like it was so bad. Like these people don't know how to act and all this stuff. But when I finally got the chance to finally be there and like I inserted myself, it was me, my girl, my one of my mentors. He goes by the name of Duckworth, amazing brother of mine, amazing friend. He taught me so much over the years too, as me beginning to do my music. He was the second one of the second people that acknowledged me and saw me as who I was, you know. And we were all there and it was such a beautiful time, such a beautiful moment. And I love the fact that I captivated with them. It was amazing. And I told them, I've been telling them this for years. I've been telling them I am going to, I don't know what it is or what I gotta do, but I will see Tyler. I will see Tyler. Even if it's just like a handshake or anything like that from now, I'm going to see him. And I made it happen. We all made it happen. They helped me made it happen. You feel me? Like it was so beautiful. And then I got to meet Billie Eilish. I got to meet Taco and all the other folks. It was amazing, man. It was an amazing experience. And like it showed me that I'm appreciated and like I stand firm. Like when I say I am who I am and I am an artist, like all those people I met, RaYDeO, nice to meet you. Yeah, gave them the flowers too of like Kyle. I've been listening to Kyle since 2010 when he called KID. No one even knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him that straight up. He was like looking at me like, damn, you know about that? I'm like, hell yeah, I know about that. Yes, Mr. KID, Mr. Weekend. I was like, just to give flowers of like, I appreciate you, bro. And I hope people tell you that. Like, I appreciate you, And it was a bunch of that, and it was so much love and so much like grace. And I had an amazing time, and it showed that there's a bigger world out there that will appreciate me, and not only appreciate me, but also appreciate the things that I'm trying to do and try to say, and the person I am, So, yeah, that experience, top tier, amazing. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. And so I know you talked about how like Kendrick Lamar is like one of your like kind of musical influences as well as like a tribe called Quest. How do these artists like shape your unique style, and what led you to experiment with both singing and rapping?
So I really love how Kendrick's like demeanor is in certain songs. Like he knows how to like switch his voice and like he knows how to like give you a character that's pertaining to that particular song. And it just feels so like engaging and so like visualizing. And I'm a visualized person. Like when I was a kid, I used to cry when I read because I was scared that I was not gonna say things correctly, you know. And I fell in love watching movies because I'm like, oh, you know, I could just watch these things and like see what's happening, right? And I fell in love with the fact that when I listen to Kendrick's music, I am visualizing what he's saying, putting myself into his shoes and captivating everything he's saying. So when I was like, you know what? I like to write stories. I like to come up with things that I feel comes from like the heart. Let me start doing that as well, and let me test it out how people see things when they hear my music and make it more as a visualization rather than you just listening to a voice spit a couple lines. So I use that a lot in my music. And then a Tribe Called Quest, I put like a lot of like style into it. Like a Tribe Called Quest was very, very known for like their wittiness and their like uniqueness to style. Like they had like a style that was just so like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's so like soulful. And I'm a soulful ass person, you know? And I was like, dang, I can't help with the fact when I do music, I say some like witty stuff or I say some like thing that's so soulful or it's like in between. And a Tribe Called Quest really helped me with that. Especially like, you know, my father used to play it all the time and I never knew who they were until one day I asked finally. Because my father used to does this thing in my living room where he acts like a fucking DJ. He plays all these songs. He's playing a Tribe Called Quest. And I'm hearing Bonita Applebum. And I'm like, yo, what is this? It sounds like someone just talking. And he's like, what? You don't know what this is? This is a Tribe Called Quest. Do your history. I swear to God, just like that. Ever since he said that, and this when I was like fucking 16, I did all my research. I went back to the fucking 80s to 90s to 2000s. I'm like, wow, I've been listening to this. I don't even know what this was. So like a Tribe Called Quest really helped me with style and being soulful and like just really making sure that when I do these raps, I'm authentically like being myself also, you know? Like sometimes when I do songs as a conversation, sometimes I do songs that I'm singing and like I don't have a great voice, but when you look at me, you're like, oh, it's cute. It's cute. I see that it goes with him, you know, it goes with him. You know, when I did a song called like for my Love Me Not EP, which is like that was like the project that really set the tone of like people are like, yo, okay, all right, I see you. I see what you are, you know. And I did this song called Euphoria. I had a mic, I had my computer right here, and I was just like this. And I was like, I can't sing, but I'm gonna do this. Fuck it. And I was like, you could be anything wonderful to me. You could be anything. And I was like, for me, it feels good, right? It feels good. I'm probably like not hitting no fucking like Chris Brown harmonies or Trey Songz shit or Neo shit, but I'm like doing the best I can to show like it's coming from the heart. So like it sounds good. And that song was literally about how I always infatuated previous partners that I had when I was younger that I was head over heels for. And I would just always tell them like, you could be anything. I love you and da da da. And I was like, you know what, let me make a song about that. And then the quirkiness that came with it, with the singing, after the chorus hits, I was like, how I wind up in the circle, who knows? Whatever it may be, know that I'm not here to hurt you. I wouldn't do that. I ain't Steve Urkel. Only thing that matters is the way you smell your perfume. Don't believe in something. Don't believe in marriage. It's a virtue. Purposely and better to spread it. Eat all your issues. Yum. Leaving a taste of my tongue. Over abundance is nothing of it. Well, that's love. Mwah. Yes, oh Lord. No, I'm not. And then it goes back to the singing, you know. And as just influences from like shit like that, I'm like, yo, bro, there's no rules to that. You know, there's no rules of like, oh, you're a rapper, da da da. Which once again, I'm not a rapper. I'm an MC and an artist. And I'm just over here like, why I always gotta be the stigma type of like, I'm hard. I sell drugs. I go to the corner and be on the block. I do not do that. I don't. I fucking eat sweets. I watch a lot of cartoons. I just finished watching Justice League Unlimited. I'm not doing none of that, man. I'm not. I'm just being. I'm a goofy fucking goober, but try me and you will find out. You know, like another thing too. Like I'm not on some like pushing daisies, and that's what I got that from De La Soul as well. Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, The Far Side, like drop, like bro. That is 100% who I am, for real. And those are the artists that I look up to now, like Kendrick. I look up to him with story. Tyler, authenticity. Mac Miller, being like vulnerable and heartfelt, emotional. Those are the three that like I use to fuse my palette, you know, and they influenced me so much with my music. From when I did my What Am I album, I was on my gothic stuff, you know, I was just like being angry, and then I moved on to like being like showing like I could rap, and that was like my Kendrick coming out of me and stuff like that. And then my I Don't Give a Fuck was when I did Action Figure, and that was like my Tyler the Creator moment. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop trying all this hard shit, and I'm gonna just be myself. And literally in the music video, I'm on the toilet naked, and I'm like this. People in my house, they know that I hog the bathroom, bro. I take a long ass time in the bathroom because that's like my work. That's like my thinking space. And then I just I just kept being like versatile with different styles and showing people that I could do everything. But then I wasn't focusing on like I could do everything. Okay, cool, you could do everything. But what's the thing we should focus on? Which one of you we should focus on? Now I'm at that point and I'm like, all right, here you go. This is what you should focus on. This is it. That's it. That's it. No more going this way, this way. I already went every way. This is what it is. And I have a project coming out called I Be Sad Too. I wrote during the summer, and it's really, really raw, and it's really like down to earth, and it's about my mental, you know, which people don't like to do. And it was definitely inspired by me listening to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And this is like 2 years out of when the album came out. This is 2 years of an idea that I finally did now. Because I was afraid. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. It's gonna sound corny. Nah. Saying your feelings and what you go through and how we all need therapy and shit like that ain't corny. We need to start talking about this.
No, it is not. I don't understand why some people in the world feel like it is corny, because it's not. Like, I'm going to school for psychology and communications. So I'm just like, having mental health problems and wanting to discuss your feelings, your emotions, things like that, that is not something you should be ashamed of. That is okay. You are a human being. You're going to have emotions. You should not keep them bottled up, because that is not healthy for you or for others. Express yourself in any kind of way that you need to, really. Like, that's why, I don't know, ever since I was a kid, I took towards my way of expressing myself was either in drawing, because I'm a good drawer, and either in writing, and it used to secretly be in singing, but then like I got older and I was like, I don't want people to hear me sing. So
you should still do it one day. You should do it.
I don't know. I don't know.
No one knows anything till you try. Once again, I'm gonna say that again to you. No one knows anything until you try. No one's gonna hate you for trying, bro. Always remember that. Because right now, what you're doing, this also, like, ain't nobody could ever hate on you because they never tried to do this. You're trying. You can't hate on a person trying. Never.
You're right.
Never.
My next question would be, so Told You So appears to mark a bold chapter in your career. How did the fusion of drill and hip hop combine with your distinctive wordplay come in life?
I actually just wanted to have fun for that one. Like, for that one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do this, but I'm not gonna take away that part of me that it shows that this is me. You know, like when I did Told You So, I literally finished it at 5 a.m, like writing it, and I literally just wanted to have fun and be funny, and then also show people that I could do this if I wanted to. But then, you know, me looking back at that, it was a great song to do. It's a great way to show people that I could do that. But it was just, to me personally, I was like, this ain't me, man. This is not me. It's not me. Like I love that I did it, but that's not me, man. But that's how I got to that point when I wanted to do it. Like I used I just gave it like a bit of like my personality to make it feel like me. Like I'm not over here talking about killing people or all that other shit. Like I was just saying like I told you so. And then I think that one of the first lines I thought that would be funny was like I was like back to the basics. I keep it 100. I keep it 100, counting black faces, but I'm not racist. So I was trying to make it seem like I'm counting like dead presidents, like like money, and I'm like they have black faces because they face color doesn't show in the fucking dollar print, So it's like I'm counting black faces, but I'm not racist. And then the ad-lib goes, no way. So I was just trying to be like funny and add like flared of that way of my nature of making sure that like I'm doing this, but I'm not taking away like who I am in it, Even though I'm over here like wearing all black and having everybody dance and jump up and shit like that and having like fake money in my hand. It was just to be fun and funny, literally. That was my attempt to like try to do that. But then at the second verse, like I said, it's always gonna come out of me. I had to spit something that was like you never hear a song that I don't go somewhere. It could be the second verse or like ending or even beginning. I have to say some shit to be like, all right, yeah, I gave them that. And there was a part when I mentioned Ice Spice. I was like, I keep it a bean, I'm not gonna front. I say what I say and I do what I want. Been too blunt when the spark I stun. I'm like King Tut when I wait, I strut. Yeah, I was feeling you, bitch, so what? Call me a munch because I ate it for lunch. Kiss and tell, that's a bit too much. Niggas is grown when I mean your guts. You feel that? Ready for the dispatch now? Now I'm fully in that. Whoa, I'm not really with the chit chat. You can get click clack tick X'd out tic tac toe. That's why I was like, okay, I have to give them a little bit of like, and then I'll be happy. And then we go back to like the yeah, yeah. Like I always have to give them a little like we're all like this, and then it's like the yeah, like I can't help it. Like I can't help it. My manager says it all the time. Like I have like a bad tendency of like rapping fast, or like I will like try to say some crazy shit, but I don't really have to sometimes. I don't.
No, that's okay. That's okay. If that's what makes you, then by all means, keep doing what you're doing.
No, it was like that in the beginning of like us trying to like both see like, all right, man, what's like the direction that we're gonna start just going towards. And now we found that now. But it was like that when we did this, he was just like, man. we both couldn't believe it. We're like, well, we're really gonna do this because we're not like that, man. We're not like that.
Okay. Well, beyond the mic, your personal journey involves self-discovery through writing and exploration of different art forms like photography. How do these experiences contribute to your identity as an artist?
It helps me captivate more of like my personal life, like I used to do photography in a way to show people like my creativeness in my head, give people like a little scoop of like what goes on in my head when I create these things. And I use those elements to put into my music when it comes to like album, like the covers that I use for singles, or the way I describe certain things or title certain things. Like I always want to make sure that people know that they're walking into RaYDeO's world. Not this is just RaYDeO giving us music to just no, this is a piece of my world that I want you to be in as you listen. So I used like the elements that I used for myself when I used to showcase like my photography skills and stuff like that nature, or like when I played video games and and I was always like so quirky and so nerdy. Like I want people to feel that way when they listen to my music. Like, oh, this is what goes on to his head. This is what goes on in his world, in his eyes, and what he's trying to give us. So I try my best to use those elements to really captivate it in my music.
Okay. And your catchphrase, dreams are reality, is powerful. Can you share the philosophy behind it and how it shapes your approach to both life and music?
Yes. Since a kid, I've been a dreamer. Um, I always, even my mom says this. When I was young, you know, she claims when I was born, I was smiling, right? So she already knew, like, all right, this man, this boy is different. But I always had like an introspective mind. Like I saw things that, maybe other people didn't try to see, or people will deem it as like, weird or anything like that. And I was a big dreamer. I started to realize that I was a big dreamer. Like every time I look at things or I'll just daydream, I would start to put myself into these situations or into these things that I'm like saving the world and I'm trying to break the system and da da da. And then one second I'm over here feeling like a kung fu master and I'm having to defeat the dragon stuff. Like I was very like a dreamer, and that's the thing that has been pushing me like since I was a kid. Like when I had people like neglect me and abandon me and just turn away from me, I always had to my dreams tell me like, hey, don't worry, like you're gonna get there. You're gonna get to that point where like everyone appreciates and loves what your mind brings. And even to this day, I still dream. Even when I wake up, I'm not really awake. I'm still dreaming, and I'm still trying to make sure, like, as I'm dreaming and I'm like dealing with like the realities of, this world, bit and bit, it becomes more of what my dream is, and I use that slogan to push me to like go further where it's like me writing, whether it's me performing, whether it's me just talking and telling myself like, hey, you got this, you're gonna get closer, you're gonna get to the next step. Just take it slowly, take it bit by bit, and appreciate the moment that you're in and the things that are in front of you. And no one ever told me that dreams could be real. I had to tell myself that. So I always tell myself that dreams are a reality. Like even when I was in high school and they were like trying to put this whole like fucking college thing in my head. Like once again, it's not bad. Like it's not bad for everybody, but for me, I already knew like I was done. I was done with school the moment I was like graduating high school. Like I was tired of it. I'm done. Like the thing I'm trying to pursue doesn't require school. It just requires me to work hard, study, go online and study and go and gain experience and really put myself out there if I really want this. And that was my dream, and I'm making it a reality. So, yeah.
Okay. And as you continue to carve your niche in the music industry, what can your fans expect from you in the near future?
Well, I don't even know if I have fans that much yet, but if you're watching,
You got fans. You got fans.
if you're watching, I'll say just expect me to be more and more in my leader role, Just expect me to always push the boundaries of myself and always push the boundaries of like what message I'm giving in my music. I always want to make sure that you feel connected with me, and not only that you feel connected with me, you also feel open to be a part of my world and know that it's safe. I'm trying. I built this safe environment to make sure that anyone who comes in feels welcomed, feels loved, and feels cared. Everything that I ever wanted to feel like in anyone else's world. And before I try to seek that, I decided to build my own. And I hope when you listen to my music, and I hope that when you see my videos or you just see me in general, that you appreciate everything that I say and you appreciate everything that I give, because I put my all into my art, and I am always going above and beyond for what I need to do. And I know within like, I'll say 5 more years, I'll basically be in my own lane that everyone is trying to finally walk in and enjoy. That's all I ever wanted. I don't care about no damn popularity or money or anything like that. That always comes with, the service of being a leader, people now looking up to you. But I just hope that as I'm saying this and I look back at this, that I am at peace for what I've done and what I'm still doing. Because I'm still a student. I'm still a person that's learning and growing. And I'm just a human being. I'm not an avatar. I'm not an entertainment. I'm a fucking human being, and I'm an artist and an MC that really puts his love into his work and to the people that believe in him and help them get there. And that goes for anybody who decides to listen to my music, who's listening to my music now, who enjoys my art, who's now being brought into my art. I'm grateful and I'm humble, and it may be small now, but I know in the future we'll have a whole motherfucking village, and it takes a freaking village to hit the world. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Thank you. Also, I wanted to say this, especially because I actually get what you mean when it comes to the being a dreamer. Like, I don't know. I've always been a daydreamer. I've always kind of been more of I always daydream, and that's why a lot of times, when I was in high school, I had to always be kept being told, stop being in Kayla's world. You're always in Kayla's world. You're not really here. You're thinking that it's this way when it's not this way. And I'm just like, okay. Which that maybe has something to do with the fact I loved Disney as a kid. One of my favorite Disney characters was actually Peter Pan, and I always wanted to go to Neverland. And I always was very much into just believing in all of these different things. And I'll say when I started this blog and the YouTube, at first I just started it. I was like, okay, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. And I started writing these articles about a lot of these different people who I would see mostly on TikTok, or who would just be on my feed, and I would listen to their music and I'll be like, okay, I like this. This sounds good. Or it'll be a DJ and I'll say I like their music as well. And I will write an article and I would DM it to them. And a little bit, I know sometimes in my head I'll be overthinking it, no, that's crazy. They're not gonna look at it like that. They're gonna be like, I'm a creepy stalker. I'm DMing them and stuff like that. That's so weird. But I was like, let's do it. If it works, it works. And it seems like just more and more as I continue to do this, dreams are possible. Really and I think a lot of us, because we're used to only maybe, I guess, dreams, quote unquote, happening towards celebrities and stuff like that. We're not really realizing how dreams can happen for us as well, because before they were celebrities, they were people too.
Exactly.
So dreams are possible. And for instance, I did not think that you would accept me interviewing you. I did not think you would. But you did.
When you hit me up, I saw it as an opportunity to I would like to be one of those first people, because I saw that it was new, it was brand new, and who the fuck am I to be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do something like this, da da da. I don't got people hitting me up, so this was a moment of gratitude. I was like, okay, I'll do it. Who? None of these big outlets do this, So I love the fact that I'm doing this with you. This is amazing, and I guarantee you this will be set in history, and someone out there is going to do the same thing I did when I was younger and search up all the details about RaYDeO and be like, okay, let me watch all these interviews.
No, really. I really do feel like that, because I feel like already you're winning already, but you're going to keep winning this whole year. I feel like, I don't know, there's something special about the year 2024. I feel like this year is just about making things happen, really. like really making things happen, because that's my goal for this year. Like
Right.
this year, really be consistent in making things happen. Do not try to procrastinate it or just be like, I don't know, don't have doubt in yourself. Just do it, really.
And even if it fails, keep going. Keep going.
Right.
You have no idea how nervous I always feel to like when I gotta post these radio raps, you know. I've been thinking to myself like, oh,
You be nervous, really?
yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like people could just ignore the shit and be like, eh. But then it always hits me with the no, people care. The right people care. The right people always care. So I'm gonna keep going. And I'm gonna believe in my delusion. I'm gonna believe in my delusion. Because when it hits, that's when everyone's gonna start knocking on my door. But I'm not gonna be that.
No.
Hey, yeah. I'm gonna be that person like, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna stay grounded. I'm not gonna be inflated. I always tell myself that not to be inflated, not to let anyone inflate me and make me a balloon. Like, nah, I like to keep myself in the ground and see what's real about all this.
No, you're definitely right about that. Like, I'll say this. It continues to like still kind of amaze me with like how, okay, um, you know the girl on the cover of Drake's For Her Lost album cover?
This,
Yeah. So I wrote an article about her and she saw it. And she like I have put like I reposted it like for TikTok and she had liked it as well. And I was just like, okay, okay. Like as well as he's becoming a pretty popular individual because of TikTok. For Bats, um, I had wrote an article about him and he saw it, as well as Groovy. I wrote an article about Groovy and his song Jersey Love, and I got him to comment and repost it, as well as like his manager and Alejandro, the DJ who like made the producer who made the beat. I was like, oh
yeah,
my gosh, this is okay. This is getting kind of serious, and it's making me feel even more like okay, I'm getting there. I just need to go a little more, a little more, a little more. Just keep going.
just
So yeah.
stay persistent. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're not doing nothing wrong. Keep doing what you're doing.
But thank you for this interview. Really, I appreciate it. And also, I'm not gonna upload it until next Saturday, like this upcoming Saturday, just so like I could, if it
Yeah.
needs to be edited or anything like that. And I was also gonna send it to you first before I even upload it as well, just to see how you feel about it.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm, pre- I'm
Okay.
pretty content with it. Like I feel like it's good. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, once again, thank you for this interview. And I, it's uh, you guys are like an hour ahead of like me because I live in Missouri. So I think like what is it like? It's like 8 o'clock there, maybe.
it's about to be 9. It's about to be 9.
Right. Okay. It's 7 o'clock here. So
Oh,
okay.
okay. No, but
So
thank you. Thank you for having me a part of this, and thank you for giving me your time and allowing me your platform to speak my piece. I always love doing things like this because I feel like I always would I give any time to like let people know about who am I. Because I never had that chance. So at any chance that I get to have my voice be heard, I'm here.
okay. Okay. Thank you. But wait, I do got this one question though.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say I can be like to anybody and I'll be like, I know somebody who's a good rapper. Y'all need to be checking out his music. It's safe to say I can say that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
100%. Talking shit. Talking shit.
Okay. Thank you.
Just be confident when you say it because you know how people are. They always be like, "Oh yeah, I."
I I am. I'm gonna be like, look him up. Look him up. Just listen to it. Listen to it.
I trust.
Y'all always giving these other people chances. Just listen to it. It's
I trust your intuition. I trust it. Please
okay.
do whatever you gotta do. Let them know about your boy. Let them know.
All right.
Time to prove it. Because my music speaks for itself. So I don't gotta like be like, oh wait. Nah. Do what you gotta do. I got a good catalog. Go. And it's gonna get even better.
Thank you. I hope you have a nice night.
You as well. I'm hungry as fuck, but you as well. I'm hungry as hell. But yeah, thank you for giving me your time. I'm honored.
Thank you. Thank you for responding to my email and as well as wanting for me to interview you. So I guess thank you.
Yeah, because yesterday it was I got caught up and I was like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to like really be like in the interview. So I'm like, I'm not trying to do that to her. So yeah, that's what we did today.
It's okay. Well, thank you and bye. I'm gonna email it to you. Okay.
Yes. Do your thing. Take your time.
Okay.
And in closing, I would like to say once again, thank you to RaYDeO for allowing for me to interview him, as well as I would like to say to our audience that if you guys are interested in more about RaYDeO and his music as well, I've provided all of his social media handles as well as ways to connect with him in the description below. And to our audience, let's continue to grow, discover, and explore together, and stay tuned in for more with Mind Over Matter. Thank you. Bye.